Hi, my name's Rock Santos, co-founder of Q Swimwear, and I am a swimmer. We've created a swim brand by swimmers, for all swimmers. Even you, Sally Save Up. Yeah, you know who you are. Sit in the back of the practice, all practice long, till the last one on the last set, when you swim by all of us, post the fastest time of the day, and get all the coach's attention. Q Swimwear, a brand for all swimmers. Even you, Sally Save Up.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, April 28th, 2011. I'm your host, Peter Busch. In the Phoenix Monitor today, we'll talk to Dax Hill. The Texas sophomore is now one of the emerging stars in swimming. He just got second in the 200 free at the NCAA championships. Dax Hill joins us right now in the Phoenix Monitor from Austin. Dax, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
All right, was this the breakout swim?
Not yet. Maybe pretty close, but in my mind, not yet.
All right, so what, you got to make the Olympic team before you consider a breakout swim?
Yeah, I think that or, drop some time that gets me ranked pretty high in the world. I think that'll be the breakout swim.
We'll come back to that. For now, more on that 200 free at NCAAs. It was pretty interesting how differently you swam the prelims and the finals. We did a little research. Prelim swim, you go out in 44.3. Finals 45.4. More than a second slower. Obviously, you came back faster. Was that intentional? Tell me the strategy that was at play there.
Well, like you said, it's normally not my style to go out that much slower, but Ed had told me to go out and just try and stick with the pack because I can usually get home if I have some energy left. So told me to go out slower, and it worked out really well.
Now, we talked to Brett Frazier last week, the only guy who beat you in that event, and we mentioned the significance, the history behind that finish. It was the first time, as pointed out by Jeff Cummings here at Swimming World in a recent article, that there had been a 1-2 finish by black swimmers in a U.S. competition. Did you realize the significance of that at the time?
Yeah, I did it especially once we got on the podium, because I couldn't think of any time that happened before, not even in high school. I remember growing up being the only black swimmer on deck, so I mean, I knew something special was happening, and it made it easier to lose too, because I'm pretty good friends with Brett, so I mean, it was cool.
What do you think of that? I mean, knowing that the U.S. has been trying to get more black swimmers involved in the sport, but it's a very slow, long process, I'm sure, and there are so many kids who are great athletes like yourself. I mean, you could have played basketball in college on a scholarship, who really get away from swimming when they get older, but you stuck with it and to have that significant moment.
I think it's big for other people to see. I mean, for me, I'm a swimmer, so I guess I don't pay that much attention to it, but I think it just shows that, seeing LeBron James or, Michael Vick on TV isn't the only way to go. There's other options out there where you can be successful and have fun in the sport. And, there's still a chance to, if you're good enough, to have it be financially supportable for yourself.
Do you ever wish you had stuck with basketball? Something that's a more lucrative sport if you succeed?
As far as money goes, not really. I'm a pretty driven person, so, school-wise or in sport, I plan on making a lot of money. But as far as practice goes, when Eddie's dropping the hammer on us sometimes, I definitely wish I was playing basketball.
I was going to say, man, you weren't exactly known for hard training in high school. You were just sort of the super talented guy, but that kind of stuff doesn't fly in Austin.
Yeah, not at all. Eddie, it's really, if you think about it, it's he's old, so not many people are going to have, the chance that the people that are here have to be coached by him, and who's probably going to go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest. So I'm just trying to, work as hard as I can, learn as much as I can in the time that I have with him.
You know, I wish we had split screen images for interviews like this. You know, we could have Ed kind of sitting in the green room, you know, watching the interview and get his facial reactions when you say that stuff. It's classic.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have a couple of jokes to come back at me with.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure you'll hear it at practice tomorrow. Okay, back to your, you know, you're a budding star, not just in college, but, I mean, any serious swimming analyst now considers you, you know, someone with a very reasonable chance to make the Olympic team next year. Pretty good to be a part of that conversation.
Yeah, because, you know, that's what I feel like every swimmer or every serious swimmer works for. And in my mind, I still have a lot of things to work on as far as stroke works and my start, which I feel like everybody now knows as god-awful. So, you know, I'm just trying to work on that stuff, and I realize if I can get that under control, I'll have a pretty good chance.
What do you like better for long course, the 100 or the 200?
The 100. The 200 is like doing a 500 in yards, and that's not any type of fun at all. So
if you're going to make it, you got to be top 6 in that 100 is sort of the new goal for Dax Hill.
Yes. You know, I'd like to be top 2. That's the real goal, but, you know, I'm not going to cry about it if I finish top 6 either.
Well, next year, in terms of college, you got to be liking Texas's chance to get back on top. You know, Cal was sort of loaded with seniors this year, but I think you guys will be the early #1 consensus next year.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm not going to brag about it or anything, but I think if we handle our business and, you know, take care of what we do in the pool and in the weight room, and especially show the younger guys like Clay and Kip and all the Texas boys that are coming in here, how we do things, we'll have a really good shot to do something really special next year.
Well, Dax, good luck this summer, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. That's Dax Hill joining us from Austin. He called Eddie Reese old. That was classic. All right, that's it for today's show. I'm Peter Busch, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.